two dope dudes, bringing you the news, leading you to much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a like, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Hey, welcome to the Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes. We're your source for Midwest cannabis news culture and more. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dave.
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I didn't get no sleep last night, but I'm here.
Bro, I get it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's all right though. It's a Monday morning for us. It's bright and early. We got lots of cool stuff to talk about. We got some Minnesota news. We got some federal news. What else do we got? We got some health news with cannabis is awesome as well. Always into that. And we got some interesting federal and handgun and cannabis news to get to today. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yep. And I'm wearing a hoodie.
And you're wearing a hoodie. It's starting to get chilly out there, right?
It's a bit of brisk out there. It was like 52, 53 degrees when I left the house this morning.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be above the 70s all week.
That's primo for me.
I mean, I not for me, but I'm for it. Like, whatever. What are you gonna do? That just means wear a hoodie. That just means that the growing season is wrapping up, which is just more work.
Yep.
Yeah, more work. But heard that. You want to come over and cut some shit down with me? It'll be fun. I promise.
It's possible. Are there a few more peaches hanging on them trees?
Dude, I got the last 3 peaches just 2 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah. But
it's so fire.
Yeah. It's been cool. Let's run plugs real quick, then we can start getting into this awesome news that we got today. And it'll be fun and we'll get on with it. As you can tell, we're all both of us are super with it and full of rest with lots of sleep today. You can totally tell.
I need a pink drink, bro.
Yeah, you can totally tell.
Give me some of that caffeination.
I mean, I went and got my Dunkin' this morning as usual, but
nice.
Shit. You can find us Elevated News Podcast with Two Dope Dudes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, all your other favorite podcasts and streaming apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. If you're an audio listener, come see us on YouTube. Join the live show. Join the live chat. You can see us in person, and it's fun. Twitter.com, Two Dope Dudes. Find us there and support dopepeople.com, along with links to our other pods and anything else you like.
And on Thursday night, if you're not doing anything, come hang out on Peace, Love, and Cope. It's on YouTube. I'm there at 8 p.m. Central Time. We have a great time. Had some good friends in there last week. It was,
Yeah. Always a fun time. Project 21.
Oof. We're trying.
That's right. Hey, you just got to keep at it, right?
Just like over and over again, brother.
That's the thing. You just got to continue to do it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I guess let's get to YouTube comments, right?
Oh,
yeah. YouTube comments. Episode 105. Darren Larson, 9643. What's up? Watching from Minnesota.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. And we're going to be talking about more Minnesota stuff today, too.
Yeah, that's super fire.
Cole Memo, this comment was descheduled. Great listen. Thank you for sharing the good word with the people that consume the good herb. Thank you, Cole. Appreciate you, brother.
Always a great guy.
John Voight, another great episode, my dudes.
Another great guy.
Daily Homegrown, another great guy. Missed the live chat, dropped in to give a listen. Smash the like and get the latest cannabis news. Catch you crazy cats next week. That dude
yeah.
always texts me on Tuesdays. He's like, oh, I just listened to the Spotify episode. It was great.
That's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. Steve-O, you better believe-O. Yes, I've personally seen that they'll hide in bushes at gas stations with radar, pulling tons of people over in that area. Probably talking about the bus that was up in Rockford.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
meh. So meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big fan of that.
Not a big fan of
Been
that.
they've been out in the forest lately. Just
I mean, yeah, 88's been kind of crazy lately too.
dude, I don't know if it's end of the month or they gotta hit them quotas or what, but I've been seeing
F
a
'em.
ton.
F 'em. Cole memo. Mr. Dr. Dank Nugs
Great.
in the live chat. Mr. Work. There was somebody else, but they were the first person to couldn't be nice to other people, so they had to.
Oh, get the band hammer.
Yeah, well, they didn't get banned, but you see everybody else got a wrench in here because we love our community. That person just got a wrench and then lost their wrench. You got to be. You can disagree with ideas, but you can't be rude to other people. You can't be calling other people stupid just because you can't defend your words or ideas.
You know,
Sorry,
I could
sucks for
speak a
you.
lot on that. You probably catch me on Thursday saying a lot about that, but yeah, I mean, it's people get very one-sided. They
Yep,
make their decision and then they
yep.
refuse to continue to grow, and it is
Ooh,
just it's a lot of ignorance, you know.
yeah.
And
It's a
again,
lot of I'm so smart, everybody else is so dumb. I don't want to. I in my mind, in my world, I couldn't actually just say, oh, maybe I'm wrong about that or change my opinions because then that would have to change my old worldview. But that's a victim mentality, and we're not victims. So if it
yeah,
is to be, it's up to me.
well, and that I continue
Hmm.
to say the words over and over again is that never contribute to malice what you can contribute to ignorance.
Yeah.
People are just stuck in their way. It's honestly, it's a defense mechanism of the human body to be lazy because it conserves energy. So
Yeah.
to have to think something new or to try to challenge yourself in your beliefs, not your knowledge, because
Hmm.
knowledge is provable and you're able to stand up to it. And then, like science and math, you could repeat it over and over again on paper. It's a very
Yep.
solvable problem where, your belief system is unprovable. And for that, you probably exist more in a place of ignorance than you do, uh, you know,
Yeah.
Anyway, malice and shit, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no bans. This person's welcome to come back. I just, for anybody who wants to come and start calling people names, that's not how it's going to work in our community. You can do whatever you want in your community. Cole Memo, Chi-Town Hi-Fi, Macho Grams. I know I saw Mr. Work for 20 up there as well. Let's see who else was in the live chat. Tazarello Gaming. What's up, Taz? Hi, friends.
That's awesome.
Taz is the man. Love that dude. I saw said John Voight earlier. Who else? Anybody else? Dab Marino, Jay Rolla.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah, super cool. Always fun. What do we got? Here's some quick news I want to talk about. SIU Carbondale, 2025 Cannabis Symposium at SIU to focus on agronomy, which is growing. Day-long symposium at SIU Carbondale for hemp and cannabis researchers, entrepreneurs, and industry experts will focus on hemp as a crop and its uses, some of which may be surprising. 9 speakers will cover agronomy, new legislation, biomedical and other uses, and more at the 6th Annual Southern Illinois Hemp and Cannabis Symposium, which will be from 8:30 to 4 p.m. September 19th at Goer Translational Research Center in down at SIU. Excuse me. There's a cost thing there. Tell us about that. There's also the Hemp Hop and Shrooms Festival in downtown Carbondale the next day, along with an Off the Rails concert that evening. It is fascinating, all of the different things you can do with hemp. Kinzel said many of the different things we do to trees or do with trees, we can do with hemp because of the cellulose in the stem. Correct. We can make paper, clothing, ropes, and animal bedding from the fiber or the herd or chips in the stalk. The fibers can also be used to strengthen construction materials like concrete and make the product lighter and more fire resistant. Yeah, hempcrete is awesome.
Yeah.
The part people burn for medicinal and recreational purposes is the flour. In addition, the seeds, which are high in protein and nutritious oils, may be used for animal feed, which thus far the Food and Drug Administration has approved for chickens.
That's
Kinzel,
awesome.
yeah. Kinzel noted hemp is usable in a shorter period of time than a tree. Some varieties can go from a seedling to 12 foot tall in 2 months. It can also be included as part of a crop rotation. Yeah, so if this sounds cool to you, you should go down and do it. It's pretty awesome.
Super awesome.
I just wanted to, like, you and I have both been to some hemp farms in the area, and you actually did some work for a hemp farm with some sales, so you got to see some really cool stuff too. We both know, like, the things that the hemp plant could actually solve and change and better for people is great. And if you get a chance out there to go to a hemp farm and like see all the stuff that they do, you should freaking go do it because it's cool as shit.
Yes. The amount that is processable from the end of the plant, and I mean, like I said, and you've heard me talk about it in the past too, the difference between what cannabis and hemp is. And okay, there's a lot of confusion that goes around, but what the plant is capable of being used for outside of intoxication, or even then the medicinal properties that I care the most about,
Right.
it's one of the coolest breakthroughs. And it takes 30 years to grow a tree, it takes 60 days to grow a hemp plant. Like,
Yep.
it's a no-brainer in the grand scheme of things. But
renewable resource.
well, while it's all for profit, it's going to be, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the problem. You can use things that are effective and they're great, but once it really becomes for profit and it gets muddied, typically when regulatory bodies get involved.
One of our top 5 biggest exports is paper, and that's at the rate of massive deforestation, and it's kind of crazy, right? I hope that at some point we get the wits about ourselves and we stop growing a bunch of soybeans and fucking cornfields, and we make because again, like you said, a lot of those things anyway get used for feed to begin with. So if we just changed over to a plant that could be far more usable and continue to have, it's actually a very clean source of protein for feed. So anyway, yeah, got a lot of extra.
I want some
Great.
happy hemp cows. That's what
That's
I want. Oh, speaking of happy hemp,
when you got a hemp cow.
Yeah, speaking of happy hemp, the other day, and I forgot to show this to you the other day when I saw you. Our friend Skibbity sent me some pictures of his recent crop, and woo, that's awesome. Some fucking cuties, dude. That's
really?
Some fucking cute, dude.
Skibbity knows what's up, though.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah.
Cannabis seed oil has quote unquote superior effectiveness in healing wounds compared to conventional antibiotics, study shows. Sorry, I was looking at this right up here. It says convent, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. Compared to convent.
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah, it sure does.
Cannabis seed
compared
oil.
To where the nuns live.
Yep, compared to where the nuns are, which is not far from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to start off with this because taking your health back into your own hands is, the purpose of Peace, Love, and Cope, and it's one of the main pillars of this show. And happy to talk about it. Cannabis seed oil can help accelerate healing of skin wounds, a promising development that authors say indicates that hemp seed oil may serve as a promising natural and cost-effective adjunct for wound management, according to a new study of mice. The report, published in the journal NARJ, compared wounds treated with hemp seed oil against those treated with the conventional antibiotic chloramfenicol. Another group of mice was only given a mild saline solution. The findings of the present study highlighted the efficacy of hemp oil in accelerating wound healing processes, particularly wound size reduction, filialization, maybe, granulation tissue formation, and vascularization, which I assume vascular has to do with nerves, so it probably increases the blood flow. Authors wrote, with results indicating superior effect compared to chloramfenicol ointment. The 4-person team from universities Saya Kuala in Indonesia noted that there appeared to be, what the great thing about some of these other countries, they don't have as much regulations as the United States, so they can actually, freely just research things.
Test and study. And, a lot of people hate on lab rat studies, which I don't necessarily as much. I hate that there's some weirdness to it, but I'm for um, some of the things that have gone on to show us the efficacy
Yeah.
and to know the potentials before using it in human trial. I myself have a few friends and or closer people that through the cannabis industry that I've gotten to know that had some pretty aggressive uh, wound issues, some from botched surgeries, and
I thought you were
even
going to
then,
say
just
botulism at first.
yeah, yeah, no,
I was like, ooh.
even from wounds, period, like surgery wounds. I've always told people, like, depending on what the carrying oil is, if we can find something that's not super invasive or alcohol based so that it would cause any type of irritation to the area, having a hemp oil may benefit. And I've watched a lot of people who were willing to take that chance and used cannabis topically in different types of oil situations and had some really good success. Actually, a couple of really cool surgery wounds that with hemp oil seem to both heal a little bit faster, but also seem to leave like a little bit less scarring. So I was I've always been a proponent of this. It's super cool now that there are studies being done to prove it.
Yeah, it's definitely. You said when I had uh, my skin cancer removed, you were like, "Yo, you need to put some hemp seed oil. You need to put some hemp oil on that, or some of that PTS body oil," which I did,
That's my
and
jam.
it worked great.
I put that
Uh,
in everything.
yeah. Let's see here. The 4-person research team from University Kuala in Indonesia noted that there appeared to be specific portions of the healing process in which hemp oil outperformed treatment with chloramfenicol. During other timeframes, it seemed comparable to the antibiotic. Hemp seed oil demonstrated superior effectiveness in accelerating wound size reduction compared to ointment during days 14 and 21, indicating its potential as a supportive therapy for prolonged wound healing phases. While both treatments improved the epithelialization, the significant effect observed on day 14 in the present study suggested that hemp seed oil may provide particular benefits during this critical stage of wound healing, potentially accelerating the transition to tissue remodeling.
It's really funny too. And I won't name drop anything. I've seen some people, very important people, who had access, not only had access, but represented brands
Mm,
that were unwilling to use their own products or to try to gain the benefit from these direct treatment possibilities while they were suffering from literal, like, there was one, it was a surgery wound that kind of deteriorated, and they couldn't, like, contain the thing. Anyway, I begged. I was like, listen, what's the fucking worst that can happen, to be quite honest with you? If you had a, even then, we talk about hemp oils or whatever, if you had a raw cannabinoid breakup, like a fecal oil
mhm.
or something, why wouldn't you use this, especially if it was CBD rich, because we recognize CBD as being an antibacterial and things of that nature. So yeah.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff. This is probably the last part I really want to read that I think is really interesting here. Uh, as for the mechanisms at work in the cannabis treatment, authors pointed to the likely combined actions of multiple compounds. That's why you should hopefully get a full spectrum extract when you do. Hemp seed oil contains a variety of bioactive components, each with the potential to accelerate specific stages of wound healing. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, such as omega 3 and omega 6, can modulate inflammation by regulating pro and anti inflammatory cytokine production, aiding in inflammatory phase. Terpenoids and flavonoids in hemp oil possess antioxidant properties which reduce oxidative stress and support tissue repair during proliferation. Additionally, cannabinoids such as cannabidiol exhibit anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial effects crucial for infection control and balanced immune responses.
Bingo.
Combined, yeah, exactly. The combined actions of these compounds suggest that hemp seed oil may enhance wound healing through multiple pathways, addressing both the inflammatory and proliferative stages effectively. Hell yeah. Super
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Know your cannabinoids, know your terpenoids, know your methods of ingestion.
Yeah, and I mean that plays into heavily, like, the fatty acids and the omegas and the
Mm-hmm.
whatever that are also secreted. That is stuff that comes from the, like, the rich hemp oils and
Mm-hmm.
shit, and that's why it's super beneficial also in, like, feed processes and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. Super good for the brain too.
Absolutely. I take fish oil and omega 3 oil pills every day because it's good for your brain. And if you've got ADD like I do, it is fantastic. So, yeah, there's a bunch more stuff here. We don't have to read it all, but oh, there is something about actual dogs here, which I before I we lost both of our dogs got some Mr. CBD uh, drops in their food and in their water every day, and I really believe that it helped them out and helped out with like arthritis pain and just getting around and helping them feel better. And so I am absolutely for that. So there is uh, a lot of stuff that you can do there as well. So I'm for it, especially our four-legged friends because they're awesome and yeah, you can never say enough good stuff about it, right?
Yeah. I Like I said, I read through this entire
Yeah.
article if you guys have the chance. There are a few other really cool, and these are all becoming studies that people are doing out and about. They talk about oral health and skin health, and, like, there's a lot of potential benefits in just in just cannabidiol itself, in CBD, right? Like
Hmm.
we have a potential to replace a lot of things that are found in modern healthcare and personal care items that would be both far more beneficial and far less harmful if we just implemented something that's supernatural to begin with.
And probably more not supernatural like Twilight, but super natural,
Yeah.
man. But it would probably also be more cost effective, uh, to do it this way as well, instead of buying something with a bunch of other chemicals in it and then just this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, uh, was there anything else on here you wanted to talk about? I'm sorry. I
No, 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 no,
Okay. I
no.
just wanted
But
to make sure.
I was just reading down through everything too, and you absolutely like there, like you said. I mean, it's dogs, it's your
Yeah.
oral health, it's your
Yep.
skin health. It's just there's so many uses for this thing, and that's why I'm such a proponent
Yeah.
of it. Try to
Absolutely.
promote it.
Here's something we talked about a little bit the other night, and we have talked about on this show before. We talked about on Peace, Love, and Cup on Thursday. Uh, Federal appeals court gives medical marijuana patients who want to own a handgun a win. As the U.S. Supreme Court considers a series of cases challenging the current ban on gun ownership by people who use marijuana, another federal appeals court has ruled in favor of medical cannabis patients who want to exercise their Second Amendment rights to possess a firearm. A three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th District, in an opinion authored by Judge Elizabeth Branch, departed from the ruling of a district that could uphold the federal statute, Section 922G3, that precludes any unlawful users of controlled substances from owning or purchasing firearms. My argument is don't purchase a gun while you're high. Wait till you're not high. Wait till you're not under the influence of cannabis. If you're
Yeah,
under the influence, then I
the
guess there's
right
an argument to be made. But we also didn't take it. We don't take away people's guns historically because they're drinkers. Because once they're done drinking, then it's they're sober.
the the reason because firearms are controversial amongst a bunch to begin with, but the reason that there even is the law for the ownership of it is to in case of a tyrannical government, right? Which is again, just because you use cannabis doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to defend yourself from tyranny. And I believe that there is I don't need the wildest of the wild people out there to be in possession of the firearms, because maybe that's the reason why they get the bad name to begin with, is that the wild ones get the but I don't believe that you, because if you use cannabis, should be held back from
Yeah.
purchasing or owning firearms. I think it's a very big stretch of a government to try and find ways to prevent the people from having them. And again,
No, it's what they said last year. You're going to need more than your AR-15 if you want to fight the government. I believe that's what our former president said.
yeah, I
Uh,
mean, we're taking guns to a drone fight, and you have no chance
yeah,
really. So unmanned vehicles or non-human life fighting against human life seems like a fucking
absolutely.
a wild bit to begin with. But this is it, and that's not all that it is. There are plenty of other reasons too. People who are hunters and people who gather for themselves. Like you know,
Yeah.
guns
Well,
don't kill people. People do.
that's right. While the Justice Department has repeatedly argued that people who use cannabis in compliance with state law are uniquely dangerous, and that there are historical analogs in the U.S. gun laws that justify the ban, they're not. The appeals court disagreed, vacating the prior ruling and remanded the case back to a lower court. The federal government's allegations that uh, in the operative complaint do not lead to the inference that the plaintiffs are comparatively similar to either felons or dangerous individuals.
Bingo.
The plaintiffs, yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's the whole thing. I don't understand why any use of cannabis turns you into a felon or a danger. It seems
Well,
to be the exact opposite of that.
it's only because laws are interpretations of words, and we've made it so that the specific interpretation of words is that if you use this, you are a felon.
Depending on where you live, in a
Yeah.
lot of places now, that and the whole thing is um, misdemeanor use and felonious use are two completely different
Hmm.
arguments. And yeah, also the word danger,
Yeah.
or dangerous, kind of a stretch for a cannabis consumer. I
Sure.
don't know that I've ever seen somebody take a big bong rip and then go, "Oh my god, you're terrifying me." Like, it's not the thing. And I've watched a lot of people do the bong rip.
The plaintiffs in the years-long case are Vera Cooper and Nicole Hansel, who are registered medical cannabis patients denied gun purchases over their admission to participating in the program, and Neil Franklin, a former police officer who wants access to medical marijuana without jeopardizing his right to own a firearm. Former Florida Agricultural Commissioner Nikki Fried initially led the suit against the federal government, but she was removed from the case after leaving her state office. And the new commissioner who replaced her declined to become involved in the legal proceedings. One of the most controversial aspects of many active firearms and marijuana cases deals with the U.S. Supreme Court ruling in 2022, where justices generally created a higher standard for policies that seek to impose restrictions on gun rights. The ruling states that any such restrictions must be consistent with the historical context of the Second Amendment's original 1791 ratification. To that end, the Justice Department has argued that two medical cannabis patients in the Florida case should be deprived of their gun rights due to their alleged felonious activity and dangerousness. After reviewing the district court ruling on appeal, the 11th Circuit said nothing in the complaint indicates the plaintiffs have committed any felony or been convicted of any crime, felony, or misdemeanor, let alone that their medical marijuana use makes them dangerous. Thus, the government has failed to meet its burden at the motion to dismiss stage to establish that disarming medical marijuana users is consistent with this nature's history and tradition of firearm regulation. The
Yep.
judges, yeah, I was going to read this. It's basically saying the same thing.
Yep.
The judges also noted that their new opinion comports with sister circuit precedent, U.S. versus Connolly. In that case, the court ruled that the government failed to demonstrate that lawful restrictions on gun ownership by domestic abusers or the mentally ill were sufficiently similar to its law against firearm possession by drug users.
Yeah, domestic abusers and mentally ill are not what the fuck cannabis users are. We're very, and this is the thing, trying to draw a correlation to other instances and then to just lump shit together.
Mm-hmm.
This is how scare tactics work, and this is how propaganda works. Honestly, it's what we talk about a lot. When I look at the big catchy words on the top of news articles, you go, "Oh my god, look what happened!" But as we spoke about at the beginning of the episode here, people who buy into the top of the article and don't read through the entire thing don't have the capacity of understanding the terminology through the entire article, tend to go, "Oh, okay, I buy into that. I'm simply accepting the fact." And then they ignorantly move forward with a feeling about. And I believe
Mm-hmm.
that one of the most ignorant to this facts is the one of the most powerful men in America, arguably one of the most powerful men in the world, is the head. It's the
Yeah.
Trumper, right? And I'm not talking shit about anybody. It's purely the fact that this man does not understand drug use, cannabis use, any of it. It is a foreign policy to him, and he's only scared because his drug-addled brother was fucking incapable of handling himself and fucking overdosed or whatever the fuck he did. He was a drunk, whatever. It But anywho, um, because somebody scared him, now he's scared back, and it's not based off of knowledge. It's based off of ignorance. It's literally the lack of knowledge. It's
Well,
a belief system.
I mean, yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, I mean, not everybody is going to be super knowledgeable about everything, and that's in a perfect world, you would have actual experts that would come and like talk to our lawmakers and like actually tell them what it is. Like lawmakers should be listening to their people. They are representatives of the people, and they should be acting, uh, for the will of the people that they represent. We should have some sort of professionals that should be able to come and talk to our lawmakers, and lawmakers should be able to make educated decisions based on that. But that's not the way that it works. It's too big. The size of the government is too big. So like that's just not the way it works anymore. So
But in
we end up getting muddled like this. And now, as we're getting closer to either rescheduling, descheduling, or something like that, we are getting more of the appeals type cases coming through for cannabis and handguns, which is how it should work. It just takes forever.
Yeah, but in the same way, when you say not everybody's supposed to know everything about everything, which is perfectly
Right.
fine, then
I'm saying in a
that is
perfect world, it
ignorance.
should work in this way, but it currently doesn't because, you
To
know,
have an opinion on something that you don't know anything about, again, is just perpetuation of
yeah,
ignorance. It is
agreed.
purely a
Agreed.
feeling based, a belief system based, and you can't believe something that you know. You can't know something that you believe. Those two things just aren't interjectable. There's no bridge to it. So for you not to know, either take a panel of professionals, if you're going to have to make a judgment, a
Hmm.
rule, a law change, or whatever,
Hmm.
take a panel of professionals, ideally from both sides. And then once you're done with that, go back and do some research on it before you have an opinion or make a decision based on it. And that just isn't what's happening. People are
Right.
making decisions.
Correct.
And again, like, when there's advocate groups, and we saw it on Cole's show, the Sam group or whatever it is, and there are
Smart approaches to marijuana.
what's that?
Smart approaches to marijuana.
Well, and yeah, okay. So I think that when you see those people who are and listen to the last one. That is the one that just speaks the most to me. Is the man who's so willing to accept how dangerous alcohol and tobacco has been for us for the longest amount of time, and just go, well, it's already societally accepted, so we'll accept it, and we'll allow 500,000 or more people a year to die in America alone, to the use of these things without any further education or whatever. But we will go out and advocate strongly against something that, again, I would venture to tell you, you don't know enough about. And what you do know is that you're scared of it, or what you do know is that you make a lot of money from these donors of yours, and that's why you hide the donor list of who's giving you the money to fucking back you. um, it's a weird process. It's a weird situation, and some of the biggest, like, I mean, some of the biggest cartels, some of the biggest drug pushers in the world do it under um, it, lawfully, according to the way that we speak on it, and they do it through the fucking medical system. And I mean, they're pushing opiates, narcotics, fucking some of the most dangerous drugs as far as misuse goes and toxicology goes. We allow it because it's regulated by their rules or laws or whatever. But it's regulated mostly by how much money those people are able to throw to these groups. And anyway,
Agreed.
yeah, this whole argument is rooted in a place of massive ignorance and not in a place of,
Absolutely.
yeah.
As it generally, I mean, as it generally is these days.
Yeah.
Hey, here's Here's a quick one before we get on to week 4 of your tolerance break.
Yeah.
U.S. must legalize marijuana and expunge drug convictions to meet moral obligation and justice for all, congressional resolution says. A Democratic lawmaker has introduced a resolution in Congress that notes the country's, quote, moral obligation to meet its foundational promise of guaranteed justice for all, quote, in part by legalizing marijuana, expunging drug-related records, and allowing facilities where people can consume controlled substances in a supervised fashion to prevent overdose deaths.
But we're not overdosing on cannabis.
Sure. This legislation, filed by Rep. Ayanna Pressley, proposes a number of reforms to address systemic issues like mass incarceration, racial discrimination, addiction, and homelessness. Cannabis isn't the focus of the measure, but it's included in a section calling for the decriminalization of behavior and divert cases that do not require confinement in order to reduce the country's prison population. Part of that effort should include decriminalizing addiction, homelessness, poverty, HIV status, and disabilities, including mental health diagnosis, by legalizing marijuana and overdose prevention sites, declining to criminally prosecute low-level offenses such as loitering and theft of necessity goods, and expunging the records of individuals for all drug-related offenses. This marks the 4th Congress in a row that the resolution has been filed. Past versions did not advance to hearings or votes. That's because it's just a resolution and it's just used as none of them ever do. The measure also points out that approximately 30% of the federal prisoners are serving drug-related sentences. Wait, I thought Biden released them all.
This is probably more on the other
100%.
drug.
Yeah, 100%. It adds that many incarcerated individuals suffering from chronic illnesses often receive little or no treatment, and individuals suffering from substance use disorders face higher rates of overdose in jails and prisons that prohibit treatment drugs such as methylidone and buraphenephrine. I think I said that right. Further, the measure calls for dismantling of the 1994 crime bill, I remember that, which was championed by former President Joe Biden during his time in the Senate and instituted punitive drug policies. The measure should be replaced with a holistic and community-led public health and safety agenda. I mean, that's a great idea, but it never happened. It also calls for ending the sentencing disparity between crack and powder cocaine. Oh, sure. It's not like they won't make powder cocaine more like crack than, We'll just start making it worse. They'll never make it easier.
I mean, I've always I advocate for whomever wants to use whatever they want to use whenever they want to use it. I think turning people into criminals because of their use of substances is a crazy idea, and to incarcerate people of that stature again without doing any mental health well-being checks or any of the nature is clearly a perpetuation of the prison system, and something that we know people massively make money off of, and it's disgusting. Do I believe that there are some people who, I don't know about deserve, but there are some people that are, they are criminals, and they but I don't think because of possessing, selling, taking drugs, I don't believe that you are that, right? I think misleading through drugs, right? If you were to give somebody, let's say, cannabis, but you laced it up with some fentanyl, and then somebody were to die. Now we're talking about something that might be criminalistic, where we've gone really over the line. But somebody who knows that they have cannabis, they know that it's clean, they sell it to somebody who's going to use cannabis and doesn't, they're not going to be harmed by it. Even then, where do the people who use these drugs again that I think are kind of more harmful, and we understand the toxicology levels are far less. It takes far less of the use of something to toxically shock your system with a potential overdose. I just don't think that those people, again, are criminals. I think that everybody's making a choice and a decision. And in the same way that, there's a place that I love. It's called Candy Cloud. Fucking amazing drink. Fucking, they can the drinks up. It's real cute, whatever. Um, a single can of lemonade with some little fucking flavoring in it has 110 grams of sugar in it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're selling them by the 4 pack or whatever. We're literally talking about it's how many people does diabetes kill a year, right? Like there's plenty of other issues that go completely unchecked, and we allow people to overserve the fuck out of some of these things that are as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than a lot of the drugs people are scared about. Um, but again, like Buddy from Sam said the other day, it's the normalization of it. Everybody goes to Candy Cloud. Look at how many fucking people are in the front door. Well, I hear you, but I'm one of them. I go in there, right? But it's also um, it's kind of gross that we allow people to profit off of the deterioration of others, and we allow people to, in full knowing, overdose people with things that
Yeah.
are sugar being one of them, caffeine being another one, and the ramifications for it are it's nothing. It becomes the individual's fault. In the same way with the drug use, like it's the individual's fault. It's not the guy who sold it, and again, unless it's something that they, in full well knowing that they have added shit that would cause more deterioration
Mm-hmm.
than what the person has signed up for. And
Right.
everybody now is like super scared of the word. I use the fucking soundbite all the time. That fentanyl ain't no good. No, fentanyl is fucking disgusting, but also like they use it during fucking childbirth, right? Like it's a thing that we
It's
give to.
incredibly effective.
Oh, and it's unbelievably, right? Like it's also a far shorter lived intoxication that comes from it. But there's a lot of actual benefit to what fentanyl is if it's controlled and used correctly, and whatever. Misusing it can be unbelievably dangerous, right? And we understand both of those, but
Sure.
the people who use the thing as a recreation or as an escape because of whatever they're going through also know the fucking risk of the thing. I don't know anybody, and I know some people in the past who've used fentanyl, heroin, fucking things of that nature where I'm going, yo, and they're, yeah, I fucking know. I'm not dumb. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I care too much about you to like
Right.
watch you let yourself go down this fucking rabbit hole. But um, I also too, what am I gonna do? Stand there and fucking hold them all day and fucking shake them when they're like,
Yeah. No,
do you, bro?
that's a
If
lot of
that's what
work.
you need to do. But I think the criminalization of it and the imprisonment from it are both gross misuses of power. And yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You ready for your last week check-in? Week 4?
Huh? Yeah, I'm
Let's
super into it.
let's
You got some symptoms from your condition to help you feel better. That is my mission. At the Conditional Cannabis Corner, you can get that information, and it won't even cost you a quarter.
All right, my friends, it's week 4 and it is almost over. Um, we called this "Was It Worth It?" And of course it was. It's what I wanted to do. I do it all the time. I mean, I literally try to make it a practice of going a full month without cannabis use. The reason for it is a full system reset. because this thing is fat soluble and we understand, I got a little bit extra. Um, it is something that is, I think, worthwhile doing for everybody. There have been some good benefits that have come out of it, or things that I've gone, whoa, is that what's going on? Those things are um, maybe a little clarity in thoughts, or the ability for a little bit longer term retention of some of what I am experiencing. Um, I still got, I'm not like I don't, when I watch a movie, I don't remember the lyric or the words from it, right? A lot of people are able to recall and go, "Oh, this phrase from that movie." And I'm like, "Jesus, that's an incredible ability." I don't have it. I also don't watch a lot of movies time after time, so I'm not able to pound those words back into my brain to begin with. But um I think some of the retention of information that we absorb, I think that it might have increased a little bit, but I think that also that's why the benefit of cannabis is what it is too. There are some people who don't want to retain the information that has been fed to them forever, or the experiences that they've gone through, to find an escape from, or to find a way to make our brains reprogram that information so that it's not a massive scare. Is, I mean, that's how PTSD patients get the benefit that they do from this thing. So it's a double-edged sword, I would say. And it's not really a sword. There's a good and there's an okay and a good, right? And I don't think that what I have been able to, I would say, retain memory wise from the last month of using cannabis has been drastically greater than when I am using cannabis. So there is something to be said for it. And I think that everybody should, again, try it for yourself, right? We start to reprogram our mind when we use cannabis for prolonged periods of time to, we do retain what we want to and what I think might be essential from it. And we kind of don't retain the fluff or the stuff that we go, unnecessary. The second our brain says unnecessary, the second we feel unnecessary about it, go away. But that could play into what we've talked about at the beginning of this episode, too. Don't allow it to become the reason why you are ignorant to things as well. Continue to be explorative, continue to try to know things and learn and retain. And I use the words all the time: can I versus can't, right? Constant and it's a acronym: constant and never ending improvement. Can I, CANI, constant and never ending improvement, or can't, constant and never ending trouble. And I believe that no matter what, as long as you are capable of intellectual thought, or the ability to say, you know what, I don't know that, so I'm not going to add my opinion into it. I think it's a huge trait to possess, and I believe that you know all of us can. Right? We can. It's what we can. Constant and never ending improvement. Um, the other thing about this is I can't, I can't, cannot wait to get back to cannabis. It is not a trouble. It will be a beautiful thing. My sleeping cycle has gone to shit. Um, I just don't seem to be able to get comfortable. I don't seem to be able to shake the dreams that are just weird and that they're invasive. Honestly, it is causing me massive amounts of discomfort. I'm waking up very unrested at times. And for that purpose alone, I believe I will use cannabis. And I believed I would no matter what. I'll use cannabis for the rest of my life. Now, I also, and I've talked about this in this series also, I believe that it's helped me sometimes when I'm out on the disc golf course, right? With muscle memory. So when we're talking about memory to begin with, our muscles are memory, right? Muscle memory. So when I consume cannabis, maybe I'm a little more carefree. Maybe I don't give a shit about my score as much. And I don't really care about scoring to begin with. You just want to do good. And to be in this carefree state and to not have muscle memory can cause you to maybe play at a rate that isn't your maximum. I'm not saying it's deterring you from or taking away from, because I know plenty of people that consume cannabis that'll kick all the butts in disc golf. But I think that there are times when, and I'm only using disc golf because it's something I can relate to. I think there are times when we are doing something that's important to us, where even though we're going, okay, it helps me calm my nerves a little bit, it helps me relax, whatever. Um, Maybe keeping the clarity, maybe avoiding the intoxication, may be more beneficial for individual uses, not for everybody, for you to have the most clear results, right? It's a non-impeded, non-intoxicated, just full clarity. So, um, depending on what it is, sometimes I've gone into, and I'll tell you this, there's another direct instance in my life. The first time I took my driver's test, back when I was 16 years of age, I took my driver's test the morning I woke up, and I was already a regular cannabis user. The morning that I woke up, I was like, nah, all right. And it was like a morning routine: wake up, smoke, get back and get going, and um, kick butt for the day. The first time I took my test, I was so, okay, I got to be focused, I got to be whatever. I think I worked myself up into such an anxiety over it. I failed it. I think that the instructor was a little bit aggressive. I just didn't put my turn signal on twice. All right. Once while backing around a corner, which we were in a fucking dead end neighborhood to begin with. And two, we were going through a red light. I stopped in the proper lane and was looking for traffic, and I didn't turn my turn signal on. So I got dinged for it. Anyway, I believe it was just that I was anxious focused, right? Where cannabis, the next time I went and took my fucking test, in the morning, I did my normal routine. I smoked, I got a little bit calmed down. I waited a few hours so that I wasn't intoxicated. And I went in and took the test. And because the edge was taken off, and honest quote from the lady who fucking did my second test, she goes, "How did you fail the first one?" And I was like, "Oh, well, he said something about backing around the corner without a turn signal. And I failed using a turn signal while going right through a red light, whatever. But I made the proper stops and shit." She goes, "Honestly, for a 16-year-old young man, you drive better than most people that I've ever seen." I say, "Oh, I appreciate the hell out of it." So is it because of cannabis or not? Is it because it calmed my anxiety or not? I don't know. And for some of us, having that thing, having the edge being taken off, getting to the point of fuck it all in a clear space and not in a fuck it all because I'm so belligerent. I can't, my brain is so fogged and I'm so fucked up. I'm stumbling around. That's not it. It is a fuck it all in the way of easing some of those anxieties and stresses. So, moral of these whole conversations that I'm having here, was it worth me not using cannabis for a while, for a full month? Even it's going to be a little bit more than a month by the time I'm done. Yes, 100%. I've fully reset my system. Once I get back, and maybe right after I get back, we'll maybe do another month or two of another month of check-ins of how I'm doing now that I'm back consuming. I do believe that there will be times that I will be able to say I don't need and or want that right now, because I want to be my most alert. And it's not that cannabis can't make you more alert, because like I just said, it helped me arguably pass my fucking driver's test, which you're supposed to be alert when you're driving. But um I believe that there are times when not being under the influence or intoxicated with cannabis can cause you or give you a great deal of clarity or the ability to be just fully yourself. There's nothing else that needs to be there, just us experiencing life. And but do I believe that there will be times that I am so grateful again to have this plant back in my life, especially for sleep and especially for that like um reduction of heavy dreaming. Oh, I cannot wait, to be honest with you. So, was it worth it? 100%. Would it be worth it to you? 100%. Did I experience and get more out of it than just not being intoxicated and whatever? 100%. I think that I gained a great deal of perspective into certain aspects of what I do in my daily routine and how I, am comfortable and whatever. I Another quick side note to it. I feel like it is harder for me right now to focus and to stay just dived into one thing, right? I'll go to read something. I'll get about a paragraph in, and I'm like, I don't know why it is. I'm so like racy in the thoughts, and I'm like, if I could just smoke some, and I want to read what I'm reading, obviously, or I wouldn't start reading it. Um, I wish that I had a little bit of something to kind of calm me down, help me focus my thoughts, help me be comfortable enough to sit in the space that I am and go through the things that I want to do. You know, be a creator, not a consumer. And, you know, yeah, cannabis is a wonderful, wonderful thing when properly used. And I will preach proper use of cannabis for the rest of my life. It's what I have preached forever. I believe that is the way that you take your health back into your own hands is with proper use. I do believe that there is instances, and we can, um, through cannabis hyperemesis and through all the people that go to the hospitals for paranoia episodes or whatever, we can admit as a full group, even if you're the biggest advocate in the world of it, there is a misuse of the thing. And overusing cannabis is not always it's not beneficial. And not only is it not beneficial, it can be deteriorative and harmful to some. So proper use of cannabis is a beautiful thing, and recognizing what that means for you, the individual, and not to prove to anybody else, may take you a little tolerance break, may take you a month of not using to find what actually makes you the most comfortable. So I tell everybody out there, try it. Honestly, it's been a okay experience outside of, and then again, it's helped me realize why I'm so grateful for it at times, and then it's helped me realize where I might not need it, especially in the abundance that I was already consuming. So yes, very worth it. And thank you all for going on this journey with me. Thank you all for listening in, and also for everybody who's reached out recently and said things about how I've helped them or I've benefited some aspect or some of the words that I've said have helped click and make things right for them. Um, Thank you, actually. I don't, I hope that I can, all the words that I say, and that's the reason I come out and say as much as I do, as publicly as I do, is because I hope that my experiences and my perspective, also my knowledge, right? Like it's a knowing, it's not a belief system. My knowledge of cannabis and or why what cannabis has helped me can help you as well. And like I said, it means as much to me. Um, the gratification and the thanks and the whatever. I don't need it. It's not what I'm looking for. But when you come and say, "Hey, this is actually working," it it definitely fuels me up and goes, "Okay, let's continue this, not only continue it, but how do we continue to make it better? And how do we be honest and open about these things?" Right. So thank you all again. Yeah, try it out yourself. I think you should. A full month, it really isn't that long. To be honest with you, this it feels like it, I just was smoking the other day, and So, thanks.
Hell easy. Love it.
Thanks, bro.
Try it out. You might like it.
Yeah. I mean, and what's the worst? You
Yeah.
have bad sleep.
Yeah, bad sleep. You know,
Yeah.
it happens.
Oh, I'm so ready for it to be over, bro. It's
I mean,
what are we, 5 days away or something?
something like that. Yeah, just a few days away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although technically you started before August 1st, so like,
And that's why I'm going to, at the party, at the tie-dye party,
yeah.
I'm going to probably take a puff or two. I'm not going to get super aggressive with it, but yeah, I'm super ready for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have anything more today. Do you have anything more today? I think that was great.
Yeah, thanks
Cool.
again. Love y'all.
Fuck yeah. We love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.